We're always on the lookout for a better life. And even though 2023 has already been pretty challenging, it's really no different. So in today's video, I want us to focus on 5 words. These 5 words I think could improve not only your financial life, but I think just life in general. Hope you enjoy. So the first word for 2023 I would say is pause. So pause means that when you have to make a decision, and especially if it's a big decision, that it's best to just maybe take a day or two before you actually make the decision. Sometimes we act on impulse or emotion, and you know that that's not always the best way to make a decision or a portfolio change or to purchase something, especially if it's a big ticket item. Why don't you just wait for a few days and see with a clear head what you would decide at that point. Okay, word number 2 is simplify. Over the winter, I cleaned out my garage. I took everything out of it, cleaned it up, and only put back in the things that I really needed. And it turned out that I really didn't need a lot of the junk that I had. There was a huge pile of trash in the driveway. But now to this day, every time I walk into my garage, I have a smile on my face because it's so organized and clean. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. And not just with your life, but also with your financial account. Sometimes it can get really cluttered. Now, are you afraid that you might have some regrets? Well, I'll tell you, with my garage, for example, the things that I threw away, I still don't have any regrets at all. The satisfaction of that clean garage is making a huge difference. All right, word number 3 is serve. Now, there's many reasons to serve. Obviously, it helps the people that you're serving. It helps your community. But actually, it could be very self-gratifying and even, dare I say, therapeutic for ourselves. But I would add one last reason, and this comes from the Bible, John 13, 12 through 15. It's the story of Jesus right before the Last Supper. "Do you understand what I have done for you?" he asked them. "You call me teacher and Lord, and rightly so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set an example that you should do as I have done for you." So Jesus actually served as well. He served his disciples as an example. So for me, personally, I feel that's also a calling to do the same. All right, word number 4 is anticipate. I love having things that are fun to look forward to. It might be planning a vacation or doing some remodeling or a family reunion. And every time I do so, I get so much joy out of imagining all the fun things and cool things you're going to see. And so what I'm saying here is when you anticipate and you research things, you actually get sometimes even more joy than when you actually experience it yourself. Ever had the fun of researching a car, and then when you get the car, it's a little anticlimactic? This is what I'm talking about. So what I'm trying to say, if you want to squeeze the most happiness for your dollar, plan things way in advance so that you can enjoy the process of researching it and anticipating it. All right, the final word is trust. I know that's a big one, right? That's why I saved this one for last, especially in today's world of crazy politics, scary geopolitics, and even recently bank failures. It's hard to know who and what we can trust in. So I would give you 3 simple things to look at when you're considering making these big judgments of trust. First of all, do you know somebody that you care about and you trust already that can endorse this institution or this person, right? Number 2, are the values aligned with yours, right? And then number 3, are there any conflicts of interest? You see, sometimes we get caught up in just looking at the recent performance of maybe a financial advisor or something like that. And when it really comes right down to it, those things can change in a heartbeat. And so what stands the test of time is really, can you trust that person? And so I would encourage you to use those three guidelines as you search out who you can trust. And of course, you can always trust in the good Lord. He's always going to be there for you. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, maybe even a little inspirational. God bless.